Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I have my second update for my chopping block series. I missed a month. I don't know how it happened. I think every week I was just like, I'm gonna film it this week, and then it just never happened. And here we are a whole month later, finally filming an update for this video. I have 5 products to go through, and then I have 5 more to introduce for next month. I feel like I'm making some decent progress. As you saw, one of my last videos that went up was like all of the makeup that I had in storage when I was in Sweden. And kind of now that we're reunited, I'm realizing that I have so many items in my collection that are going unused and untouched, and it's time for me, or I haven't used them in so long that I don't remember what I think about them. So it's time to like rotate through them, make my mind up if there are things I really want to use. And yeah, so why don't we go ahead and get into it. Alright, as we get started, you may hear like a little crinkle or rattle. My little one is sitting over here just off camera playing with her toys, and I couldn't film when she was napping today, so we're gonna do it now while she's playing. And so let me start with my first couple items. Like I said, I have 5 items. I'm actually getting rid of 3 of the 5 items from last month. I'll start with the 2 lip products. One of them is a Bite Beauty lipstick in the shade Quince. Really pretty shade, and I really enjoy like that tone, that very vibrant kind of berry pink. However, the thing is that if I'm wearing a tone this bright and this pigmented, I want it, I'm just gonna smear it all over my face basically. Plus I don't reach for it that often anymore, so I figured I can let it go. I'm really surprised to say that because, again, not someone who typically is good at decluttering. Now the other thing here I have is the Color Jolt by Maybelline in the shade Stripped Down. Another really pretty shade, but again, I'm not a fan of this formula, and I just squeezed out way too much. I like the shade a lot. Not a fan of the application, the formula. It's just something that I find myself forcing myself to reach for it rather than excited to reach for it. And to me, I'm trying to like let my brain make sense of that and say, you know what, it's okay to not want to use it anymore. It's okay to let it go. All right, item number 3, and another one that I'm gonna let go. One, you can see that the shade is a bit too dark. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation and Concealer. Let me tell you that I mean, I know that I got some wrinkles on my face, but I didn't know that I had this many wrinkles on my face until I tried to wear this. It settled into every line and wrinkle. I don't know if it's just heavy. I don't know if it's possibly going bad because it's probably the oldest foundation in my collection, and I have a lot of foundations in my collection. So yeah, I don't know if it's just older or what, but yeah, this one, I'm more than happy to let go of this one. All right, getting into the 2 that are staying for the month. This one is my Almay little lipstick that I use as a cream blush, and I'm actually wearing it today as a cream blush. I tried to swatch out my collection that and find something that was comparable to the shade, but even the tones in my collection of my blushes, they're all very warm tone, and I find that when you like really shear this one out and like blend it into the skin, it's actually like a really true cool toned pink, and I think it's actually kind of unique, at least so far in my collection. So for that reason, I'm going to keep it just because it's unique, even though it's not my favorite, you know, blush kind of thing. I'd prefer to have maybe a powder formula, but I don't quite have anything that shade. So for now, I'm gonna hold on to it. And then the last thing here is the Color Icon Wet n Wild bronzer, even though it's definitely not a bronzer. This is the Reserve Your Cabana. And last time I remember saying, I don't really remember what I think of this product. I don't really quite understand how to use it. A lot of you said finishing powder. Some of you said use it to blend out your blush. I did both ways. I really found that I enjoyed this product. I knew, and I said last time, that this was going to have to kind of fill a spot in my collection because it's not your typical kind of setting powder, since it is a little bit on the shimmery side, or not glittery side, but like kind of sheeny side. And I'm really happy to say that I found a use for it. I do think it like provides a little bit like a finishing powder kind of effect, and I really liked it both ways. So this one's definitely staying in my collection. All right, let's quickly go through the items that I'll be working on next month. I have a Smashbox Camera Ready CC Cream. I need to, this one, the SPF in it probably is getting a little on the older side, so I want to kind of make sure that it's worth using this up before some of my other ones up. I have like maybe one other foundation that has SPF in it that, you know, I'd like to kind of compare it with. my It's CC cream and just see which one I would prefer to wear, because they're both probably going to expire by the end of the summer, so only one of them really needs to be worn, if that makes sense. And then I have a concealer here from The Ordinary. I did a review on these back when I was living in Sweden, and they were very dry at the time. However, it's been a while. My skin's kind of changing after pregnancy, and I think now also I'm in a slightly different environment. We'll see how this performs and if I can find a use for it in my like everyday routine. And then I do love me some concealer, by the way. And then I have 3 lip products. Well, one of them is one of those situations where I doubt I'll use this as a lip product, but I wanted to give myself a month to test it out as a blush. It's very similar to the Almay shade, but slightly deeper. I'm pretty sure, my gut instinct says that I'll probably prefer the Almay one, just because this one may be a little bit too pigmented for me. But I did want to give it a shot. And then I have 2 like true lip products. This is a Nivea shimmer kind of balm thing. I wanted to see how I like it over like a lip liner or a pigmented kind of lip product, just to tone it down. And if I don't find that I like it that way, I'll probably end up getting rid of it. It's very, I don't know, it's like, you can't see it very well. The swatch isn't doing, like, it won't show it on the, maybe right there, maybe. I'm not sure if this is a product that I see myself using up, so I need to kind of really reckon with it and possibly get rid of it. And then the last thing I have here is a NYX matte lipstick in the shade Addis Ababa, and this is a swatch of it. Another very, very bright pink shade, but definitely way more, maybe even more cool tone than that Quench shade from Bite Beauty. Another one that I need to kind of get real with myself, is this a shade that I want to wear? And if so, this one might actually have a better shot than the Bite one, because at least this kind of does dry down and stay in place, where the Bite one stays creamy and does move around. So I'm gonna give this one a shot. I think it's a good color to try out right now, being that we're still towards the end of spring, moving into summer. Seems like a nice, bright, fun pink to use. So yeah, that's everything for today's video. Make sure you say hello in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.